Alright. Yeah, there's a reason I haven't been talking. Hi guys. My voice decided to die and go to voice heaven. So I suppose I can talk? This is just gonna be gross. I didn't really have anything to talk about, so that first part will probably just be sped up. Anyways, I mean, you'll know if it was sped up or not, seeing as you'll be watching it. This part's gonna be fun. Yeah, so, I'm in my personal world. A lot of things have changed, if you can't tell. That was a jump scare. Anyways, I beat the Ender Dragon. That was fun. And I mean, like, I'll probably explore the rest of this later, but I'm just trying to build out an entire chunk, because I'm insane. I think people probably already know that. I'd be surprised if you didn't know that I'm insane. Like, I would be worried for your sanity of not believing that I am insane, because that is a thing. Seeing as I've gotten from, like, I've done a lot. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, again, insane. I am making, as one does, I am making a perfectly normal and, like, sane thing to do. Is I'm hollowing out an entire border. An entire chunk with pale moss. You can see my bed ledges as I've gone up. I've got a happy ghast. Lost all my stuff in the void trying to get an elytra, which is why I'm poor. And so I've decided that I'm a wimp and I'm not doing that right now. And instead I'm doing this. Yeah, there's nothing else to do, obviously. I could, there's no way I could do productive things like my homework or that assignment that's due as it is literally end of term and it's supposed to be due at like 9 p.m. and it's 2:36 p.m. No, why would I ever do any of those things that I really need to do? Instead, I'm making Minecraft stuff. This is a good life. Procrastinating is fun. I probably shouldn't do procrastinating. I gave my brother a really hard time about it, so if I give him a hard time about procrastinating, I probably shouldn't be myself, but you know what? That I don't care about that one scripture verse that's like, don't point out the mote in someone else's eye while ignoring the beam in your own, because it's like, ha, I'm a YouTuber, and I need help. I'm getting help, guys. I have a therapist. I need to stop procrastinating, and I don't want to do that. I want to play Minecraft and make silly little videos for random people who I don't even know. Because, it's a normal thing to do. I mean, I guess it is normal at this point in life. Anyways, I don't know, what should I talk about? I'm not sick, hopefully. I got this from a sickness, but, like, the cough just hasn't gotten better. So my throat's just dying, and the rest of my body's like, we got over this. It's like, I don't know. Trying to think what it's like a friend group leaves, but there's that one friend who's like keeps putting back the chat even though they haven't talked for 35 years. That's my throat right now. It's that one friend who keeps bringing back up the group chat even though we all collectively decided to not. So it's like, hey guys, remember when we were sick? And everyone's like, yeah, that sucked. Get out. And then my voice says, no. Instead, I'm gonna do this right as you're supposed to be performing, because, yeah, I have good ideas. That's what my voice says. Because I have a theater class, and I was like, oh boy. I love having to perform like this. This is my favorite hobby. Doesn't everyone love having to do multiple lines while coughing profusely? Yes, everyone does. I'm not weird, you're weird. I'm very weird. So, yep. This is my life right now. I need to get more bone meal. I also should probably move the happy guest down here. You know, for me not having to do this every time I need to go up. Whee, and then I need to like hit E and I'm like, ah, and then I go down. Also, all of these like moss things, like this huge moss one right there, was me filling it, like they're filling in holes like sometimes when I'm getting iron, but that huge one was, there's a big pool. And I completely filled in with moss and then emptied. Then there's like these different ones, like caves and water bits and stuff. Here, you'll get to see where we are. Undo the F3G. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm still dying. This is normal at this point. Don't be concerned for my health. Just makes things more awkward. I've gone through so many hoes. This thing was full when I got it. Now it's there. After about 20 minutes of digging. This has been a couple hours of my life, by the way. Okay. Also, this isn't supposed to be named Jelly. I had a jelly cat. I was gonna name this thing Failure after I learned how slow happy guests were. But I apparently misclicked because my brain wasn't working and I was listening to music. So I named this Jelly, so Jelly the Failure. And then, you know, that was my only name tag, so I can't fix it or name the jelly cat Jelly. So this is fun. Oh, I'm also in my Christmas skit. I was looking Christmas. And there goes my water lid. It's not even water. There goes my lid. Where am I heading? I'm heading for the right place. Good. I've done a lot now. I fully filled out that huge cave and then made a mine and then coughed my lungs out some more. And I beat the Ender Dragon. The big chunk, I might hollow out even more chunks surrounding it, but the big chunk is for, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna make some farms in it. The hollowed out chunk is gonna be my farm place, so like above it I'll have like a mob farm, so I don't have to keep heading back here, and then like in it I'll have all my different redstone bits. And then maybe like next to it or something it's my ugly district. And I'll build a pretty thing next to it or around it or something. Probably just like over it. Like you head in and you can get to all the farms, but then over it you have the villager trading hall. So you can pay for everything from the villagers. No matter how much I like to steal from the villagers, they really don't allow me. It's sad. I should probably also widen this hole just so that I can drop down. Yep. Random thing. My brother was doing a live stream earlier today. He might still be doing it. And he was all like, he was doing stuff and I'm like, I'm gonna join in just to troll him. So I joined in and I said, "Hi, Ryan," because that's me. And he goes, "Hi," and then says my real name really, really fast. Like faster, but I heard the first letter, I'm like, ah, crud, and I put in chat, "No, I've been doxxed, call me by my internet name." It was funny. It's okay, he corrected himself. So technically, you can find out my real name if you're feeling like doing that. Please don't. Oh boy. Let's see. Sorry. I do not want to keep coughing. I just do. And it's really the worst. Alright. There's my pile of stoof. And then we go boop. Shka-doop. Shka-dooby-dooby-doo. Shka-dooby-dooby-doop. Doop-doop. Yeah, so we'll have, let's see, my ore's up here. It's up here. Why? I don't want these arrows, so you can just go from there. Or. The switch says orbs. Or. You should also be gone. There we go. So then, let's see, my ladders, my sticks, the rails that are just here for fodder, inventory fodder, fodder. Wee, this is fun. Yeah, what should I talk about? You want to hear some random kindergarten stories? I guess. I don't know, they've been on my mind. So before kindergarten, I was like in a mandated home preschool. Do what you need to do, man, to get your pants. I was in like a parent-mandated friend group, you know, the sort of thing? Parent-approved, parent-mandated, whatever you want to call it. And so we'd just like do preschool and swap between our mom's houses. Oh, I can repair my pants now. Whatever you need to do. So I didn't really have any friends that I fully, like, before I had, like, once I was in kindergarten, I didn't really, like, I was suddenly like, whoa, small amount of free will. What do I do with this? And so I found a friend, and we'll call him Glasses, because he also has glasses. I have glasses, by the way. Not going to reveal his first name or any name out of respect, because I still know this guy and I like him. He's a good person. He's a good friend. You're great, dude. And we became friends in the best way possible, the only way that kindergartners know how. We both had the exact same idea, to slide down the slide on our jackets. And we became friends. 'Cause we both insisted the other go first, and then we decided we're small enough to fit in this tunnel, in this, like, slide, so we went at the same time, and then he introduced me to his other friends. Cat Boy, during COVID, he had a cat mask, and concrete, because you'll hear why. I'll tell you about that story soon. Probably in the same video. And, so, we were all chilling and stuff, and then I'd, go play at, I think I called them crutches? Or glasses, sorry, glasses. I need to write their names down. They're false names. Hold up. Notes. So we've got glasses. Glasses equals glasses. Catboy. Spelled B-O-I like this. Catboy. And concrete. Yeah, so, and then so at Glass's house, like, we'd play a lot, play together, like small children that we were. We're still friends, like, way back now, and, like, from way back in kindergarten now to, like, middle school. And, so, basically, in his house, he has this really long and skinny hallway. Kind of full armor, yay! He's got this long, skinny hallway. And he and his cousins would play a fun game called, one of them would climb up it, because it was, like, big enough for even him as a really small kindergartner, that you could, like, spider up it with, like, your arms and legs pressed against the walls. And so they'd play this very, very fun game called, one of us is gonna climb up the wall and everyone else is gonna try and pull him down. And they pulled him down and he landed on his leg. And then we were sad because he couldn't go on, like, at an aquarium we went to for a field trip. He couldn't go on the rope bridge. I'm not using my sword. He couldn't go on the rope bridge that was there. And so he was sad because he was in a wheelchair. But I got to meet his mom some more, even though we already played together. His mom's great as well, and all of his entire family's the greatest. And then, yeah, there's that. Glasses, he's great. Glasses is a great guy. Glasses, if you're watching, you have probably no idea who you are, except the story might have given it away. Because I got reminded of that story from health class, when he's in my health class, and when he talked about it, because we were talking about breaking bones. He'd broken that bone. And so, and then there's Catboy, who, this isn't really kindergarten story, but in 2nd and 3rd grade during COVID, his mom had made him a mask, like a COVID mask, and it had this cute cat face on it, like, as if the bottom of his face was a cat. And so, we'd do random stuff with that. And then there's Concrete. Concrete, this was also, no, I guess it was in 1st grade. I guess I'm not talking about kindergarten stories. We're talking about some friends. We're talking about friends I met in kindergarten who had stories throughout the ages. In kindergarten or 1st grade, I think it was like early 1st grade, he had a house. His house was being made. His parents were constructing a new house with construction workers, because that's how you'd make a new house. And they were finishing up the basement. This 10-foot deep basement. And he's like described it before, exactly what happened, like from his perspective. And basically, one moment he was like, ooh, basement. And then the next, he was staring at the floor, a couple feet beneath him. And then the next, he was in the hospital. It took him years before he could, so Basically, he face planted 10 feet down onto concrete as a small child. I don't know how he survived. Like, no one knows how he survived and didn't get too bad a concussion. But a couple days later, he came to school, and I also could just call this elementary school things. He came back to school, he had this, like, clear eye patch, basically, where it was like if you can imagine, like, a really thin dome that was, like, clear plastic, that was around his eye. And it took him years before he could open that eye again, fully. Like, he can open it up, but it was, like, almost fully open, but he took him a long time before he could completely open up his eye. Yeah, so there's that. There's concrete. And then there is another kindergarten story, but this one's about me and getting ouchied. So my oldest brother had just, what should we call my oldest brother? Kidney Bean, because he has kidney problems. Kidney Bean. I need to write down these names. Where did I just put that pencil? Like, seriously. Why is it under my notepad? Anyways, so Kidney Bean. Kidney Bean. Kidney Bean had just gotten his first little flip phone. And he, like, this is important to another part of the story, but he woke up one day during the summer and was like, hey guys, everyone, this is like the end of the summer too, so just a couple weeks before school, he went, not even a couple weeks, it was like 2 weeks before school, and I am very disjointed when I tell stories, sorry, please forgive me. He asked if everyone wanted to come with him to bike down to this park near us, and this park is down a really, really steep hill. I'm talking like stupid steep. Like, trying to think, what's the angle? It's like obtuse angle. It was obtuse. It was it was very, very steep. And he asked if we all wanted to bike down this hill to get to the park. And obviously we were all like, yeah! And this was just after I'd gotten off training wheels. And my first time biking on the road. I was so determined to bike on the road. So while everyone else was on the sidewalk, I was like, I'm gonna bike on the road. Just on the side, like you do. And my brother was like, alright, yeah, sure, you can bike on the road. You're a big girl now at the age of 5. He's a responsible 12-year-old. I think he was 12. He was not too. He was like my age right now or something. He was totally very, very responsible. And he, he was like, yeah, you can go on the road. You're a big girl. And so he just stole that person's bow. So we're going down the hill with everyone else on the sidewalk and me, like the big girl I was at the age of 5. With me on the side, on the road, just the side of the road. And there was a parked car in front of me. And I had one of those pedal back bikes, like where you pedal back to stop. And I don't know why I'm making hand gestures. You can't see my hands. Anyway, I'm both laughing and coughing. I saw this parked car in front of me too late. So I tried to pedal back. I don't even know fully what happened. I did like a cartwheel in the air sideways. I went over my bike. And next thing I know, I'm on the road with both, if you think like from your hips to your armpits on both sides, that was completely road burned. My chin was to the ground. My hands were scraped up, and my chin was broken open. Not the bone. No, there was just like my chin went like an egg to the ground. If you smash an egg to the ground, that's what happened to my chin. And that sounds absolutely disgusting now that I think of that analogy. And so, completely freaking, my brothers took me to the side of the road, and my oldest brother, Kidney Bean, he called our parents, like with his newly acquired phone, and was like, "So I, nearly killed your only daughter, and my only sister," and they freaked. They came over from whatever they were doing. They were like at work or something. They were busy doing things. But they both like met up at the house and freaked and went over to where my brother told them we were. They took me to like the doctor, and I needed like 3 stitches. And it was really funny. I mean, I hated it because I couldn't open my jaw more than like a couple centimeters, if that. Like half an inch for us Americans. If that, maybe a 1/4 inch. So that happened, and then I was so embarrassed because I was going to the first day of kindergarten with basically my jaw wired shut, and I was already grumpy because I didn't get to eat normal food because I had to drink stuff through a straw. And my least favorite smoothie, but my mom's favorite smoothie, was green drink, as we called it. I don't know if that's the actual name of the drink, or if that's just what my family calls it, but it's basically a spinach smoothie. Spinach and kale and other greens. You put all that into a thing with a cup of milk, and you make it a smoothie. And I think it's disgusting. But my mom loved it, so she'd always make it for me. And I'm like, I told you before. Sorry. Here, I'll do the voice. And here. I told you before. I don't like green drinks. I said I told you before I don't like green drinks, but I said it with my mouth barely because I couldn't really close or open my mouth easily. So I said it with my mouth cracked open, barely able to say anything, and with a lisp and like a tongue thrust. I thought you before. I like green drink. That is what I said. But she couldn't understand me. That or she didn't care. So I mostly had to suck down green drinks, and I don't know what else I was fed, what else I ate. I just mostly remember refusing to eat green drinks. It was kind of funny, like, looking back on it, but I had to go to, like, kindergarten. I was so embarrassed because I had to go to the first couple days of kindergarten with this huge, like, it felt huge. It was just a little strip of bandage on my chin, and then I had to get it taken out. As in, you just have to get someone to cut out the stitches, which my dad did. But I didn't want it to be taken out because that creeped me out. The fact that sorry, that there is literal string inside of me, basically. Like, that freaked me out enough. Like, getting stitches, basically whenever I have to go to the doctor, I just kind of, in order to not get freaked out by, say, getting a shot or whatever, I just focus on the instructions. Or, like, not to gag at the dentist. Like, I just focus on the instructions. So I was just focusing on the instructions so I didn't flip out at the doctor doing my stitches. And he was like, oh, you're so much better than my daughter who had to get stitches. She totally flipped out. And I'm like, I'm trying so hard not to flip out. I didn't say that. Because I couldn't speak because my jaw was numb. I also have manners sometimes. But, like, I had to get it in. And I just flipped out. I was like, I don't want to get them taken out. They're already in. It's worse to have them pulled out. It was not bad. I still have a little scar on the tip of my chin, though. It's like a little bit to the side. Yep. And there's my terrifying story. Terrifying in my opinion. Get over here, failure. Thank you, failure. I feel like that sounded like failure was just crying. And that's my story. And I honestly kind of have to go because I don't know when my mom's picking me up from my dad's house, and I can't get OBS at my mom's. Anyways, peace. Sorry. Goodbye, my flower patch. Goodbye.